What is up, you guys? So I'm back again with another vlog. This is like take 2 of this vlog, so hopefully I can do this fluently. This vlog is gonna be about my relationship with Alexis, and pretty much like all of our experiences. I had wrote down a couple things on a piece of paper in case if I forget, because I have a tendency to do that. The first thing I wrote down is emotions. Like, we have our different tempers, but I think we know how to manage them very well. When it comes to like us in general, like just like our tempers between us two, like not with our families, but I think just with us two, it's manageable. Yeah, like sometimes I'll just distance myself, like from her, and I think that's when she starts to notice a little bit, hey, like I fucked up. Instead of me just kind of like yelling at her, which is something that I wouldn't do, but like instead of that happening, I would just kind of like push myself so I don't have a tendency to do that. Like with our relationship, we work it out, we hash it out, and if it's not that day, then it's the next day, or it's that night, or it's an hour after that, 2 hours. But it would be like within a time frame, nothing that's like a week later. No, it would always be like within a couple days of from what that event happened. I don't want to say like our relationship is perfect. That's something that I don't want to show to you guys. That's not something that I want to tell you guys, that our relationship is perfect. No, it's not perfect. It's just like anyone else's relationship, but we just manage to do some of these things a little bit better than what other people do, and when it comes to emotions, that's just something that's not our strongest suit, like with each other, but it's something that we do work on a lot. And we'll get better at it, within time. Now, when it comes to memories, like I've had the best memories with Alexis. When like I'll mention something within like my past relationships, the best memories that I've ever had have been with Alexis. Not because like we do a lot of things, like we go to places, but because of those little moments that I share with her. I don't think I can compare that to anything else that I've experienced. The memories, like our first like kind of memory that I can really think of right now is the first time that we heard a song in her room. I believe it was like freshman year or something. There was a song that was playing on her phone, and when I heard that song, I was like, what is this song? And then she looked at her phone, and then she had told me about it. And she said, oh, it's this song, it's called 3005 by Childish Gambino. I was like, holy shit, like I love this song, it's a good song. And so then, like, ever since that day, we've been in love with the song ever since, still to today. Like, I'll send her the song link, and then she'll listen to it, and it'll be like memories, like a flashback. But it was a cute memory, like when we were just friends, when we were just best friends, like, we would just listen to music. And that was like the coolest experience that I think I've ever had, just having that bond in that moment. It just kind of like paved a different pathway for us as friends. And then like ended up later down the road, it ended up being something. I think the best experience that I can really mention, where we would go to like 16s and 15s, and we would just go to like party events, and our family party is here. She's the only person that I've ever dating, that I've had the best time with dancing. And I have danced with like 1 or 2 other people like in my past relationships, but there was just nothing like dancing with Alexis. I don't know why, I don't know how, but there's just something about it that I don't know. I can really just be myself, do dumb shit, but like she'll laugh about it, and then like we'll still have a good time. Like she's not the type of person to make fun of me for the stuff that I do, and just stuff like that. Another experience that I can mention is when we were back in high school. Back before some of you guys even know me, but I used to do small covers on SoundCloud. I didn't care what song it was. I loved to sing back then. And she was like one of those people who always supported me with everything that I did, when it came to singing, when it came to like I think sports or just stuff like that. Like she would like literally be my number one fan. So what makes her different is that I trust her with anything. I can trust her with my own dog. There's a certain trust that I have, and I've had a lot of trust issues on my Drake shit. Just really had a problem with because of past relationships. But, you know, when it came down to, you know, really kind of just changing myself when it came to this relationship, like, I evolved in a whole different way, which some of you guys already know about. I think the best part from when I changed is that I really saw Alexis for who she was and how other people wanted me to see her, if that makes any sense. She's unique in her own little ways, and I think I love that the most about her, because you just won't find that kind of personality and attitude anywhere else. There's just no such thing as that being intertwined in like the same person. If that makes sense. Our compatibility with each other, it's on a whole different level. She knows just the right words to say, and sometimes, well, a lot of the time back then I just didn't take it in, but now it's just like, okay, you know, just focus on what she's saying. You know, like she knows what she's saying. And back then I would just kind of ignore it, but now it's just like I'm really taking it in. And that's something with us that we've gotten better at ever since like we started talking. And that's just something that's always happened between us. We've always had something going on in our lives that we know how to manage it to this day so well, because we've experienced that the most in our relationship as friends and, you know, dating wise. So when it comes to like motivations between me and Alexis, you know, like the first thing that pops into my head right now is her going to school. And I honestly would have never thought that. Like she goes to school every day for it, you know, except for the weekends. But I don't think I've ever seen her, ever since I've known her, so happy to go to school. There's other things that she wanted to do before, like cosmetology and barbering and all the other stuff that she's into. That's just too long of a list to name. But I've never seen her like this, you know, and ever since the day that she went to school, like I have never been so happy for her, you know, just to kind of like push herself out there and like pretty much reach out for her dreams. I've never seen her like that in the times that I've known her. And so that's what really kind of motivates me, and it motivates her, but it motivates me the most to tell her to keep going. Some things are just meant to happen, and for her it's cosmetology. And you know, I really love that about her, that she's really loving what she's doing. When it comes to intentions, you know, like we both want kids someday, we both want to move out, you know, we both want, you know, to have like this cool ass house and, you know, pets. It motivates you, you know, to do better, to, especially like relationship wise. I think when you have the same intentions as the other person, your relationship continues to grow in a positive way. I can definitely see us getting married. You know, I can definitely see us living like our lives together. I can definitely see us, you know, being happy in the future. Like, not that we're not happy right now, but I'm saying like happier. You know, happier. But yeah, I'd say things like that. Whenever it comes to our future, like we think about it a lot, and I think we think about that so much that we forget to live in the moment that we're in now. And sometimes like it'll get the best of us, but you know, after that passes, then we're just like, okay, you know, we really need to start focusing on what we need to do now in order for that to happen. And that's also another great thing that about our relationship, is that we know how much to put in and how much we need to really push ourselves in order to put in that work, in order to, you know, make our relationship better, in order to, you know, grow, in order to, you know, be more positive. Reliability. So she is one of those people who I can really rely on with anything, really. Um, I think, like, if people were to say, would you trust her, like, with your life? I would say yes, but if people were to say, do you trust her with your dog's life, I would definitely say a bigger yes. Because as much as she doesn't like Leo that much, I love Leo, and she knows that. So she would definitely put in the effort to really take care of him as much as she would for me. And I think that's like what tops it off. Because Leo is just like one of those, not people, but he's just one of those good things in life that I can't have taken away from me. At least not right now. But Leo is definitely one of those things that is just like my happiness. Things like this. And there's a reason, like, I did want to talk about my relationship in general, like, aside from all these topics that I wrote down. But it's because we have gone through a lot of shit recently. Not together, but more so, like, what I'm going through here and what she's going through over there. I think that's what's been making our relationship a little bit stronger than normal. Because, like, when we're both aren't able to motivate each other, it's hard. It gets even harder than, what it normally is. And sometimes it can lead to, either me being depressed or her overthinking things. And I think we both know that much about each other that we just can't let that happen anymore, really. But I think it's things like that that just kind of like help us out along the road. There'd be times where sometimes I'll just stop and think like, wow, I'm really dating like the best person ever. And I think that's something that I've really wanted for a really long time. It's just something that I've always dreamed about having. Like, not a perfect relationship, but a relationship where, I'm able to be myself, but I'm also capable of being happy and not so much overthinking things, And I think that's what really just kind of like changed my life when it came to dating her. And I was very hesitant too, about dating her. It's just that like our friendship was just so genuine. I didn't want to ruin it. And I know because I was those type of people to just ruin things, like as if I didn't care. But she was one of those people. She was one of those people who, I did care genuinely about. But I just didn't really want to ruin that because of how I used to be with relationships in the past. Majority of the time I just didn't care. Majority of the time it's just I didn't want to be alone. So, I don't think I would have mind being alone, but I'm just not the type of person to be alone. I like having someone by my side, not gonna lie. I don't really like being alone. I like having someone with me. I think Alexis is the person who I was meant to be with. So, when I had really kind of thought that through, after I had relapse and all that, it made sense. Like everything just started coming together. I started putting the pieces together, and I was like, okay, it makes sense. A person who I would die for, and same thing vice versa. I don't think I've ever had someone genuinely care for me as much as she does. People like that are just very hard to come by. When you just have like this full-on package of everything, that you've ever really, that I actually needed in a relationship. I can't say wanted. It's something that I needed in a relationship. This is really like my appreciation post. Don't want to get emotional. It's more so an appreciation post for you, and it's something that I don't do often, and it's something that I still need to work on. It's something that I will continue to work on, and I just want to say that you've honestly been the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life ever, and I appreciate you for staying. There's so many good things that I can say about you. I don't think there's a single bad thing that I can even say about you. Like, you're just pure good. You know, I don't know how we work together. It's just, it amazes me a lot, actually, how well we work together. You're exactly the person that I deserve, and sometimes I don't think that I'm exactly the person that you deserve, but I definitely try to be better than the person who I used to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one.